It is make or break time for President Biden's agenda today. Democrats in the House and the Senate each sticking to their guns on two spending bills proposed by the White House.
And moments ago, Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer passing a bill in the Senate to avert a government shutdown, but several other bigger challenges do remain. National Correspondent Logan Ratick joins us live on Capitol Hill with the latest. Logan.
Bob, that's right. And that bill that just passed the Senate will go to the House, where they'll vote on it later today. And if they pass that bill, we'll avert a government shutdown tomorrow. But in terms of the debt limit, the House passed a standalone vote on that debt ceiling to suspend it until December of 2022. And that will be voted on in the Senate, according to Leader Schumer, next week. But here's what he had to say about Senate Republicans who are considering voting against that debt ceiling.
Just as our Republican colleagues realize that a government shutdown would be catastrophic, they should realize that a default on the national debt would be even worse.
And as you mentioned, the agenda for President Biden is in serious jeopardy right now because Senator Manchin is holding firm on his $1.5 trillion top line. You also have Senator Kyrsten Sinema. She has not given any indication of what she would want to see the Democrats have their price tag at $3.5 trillion. But a really scathing statement released by Senator Joe Manchin today. We'll put it up on the screen for you right now. He said in part, quote, "The amount we spend now must be balanced with what we need and can afford, not designed to re-engineer the social and economic fabric of the nation or vengefully tax for the sake of wishful spending." And Speaker Pelosi says there will likely be a vote today on that bipartisan infrastructure bill that passed the Senate, but at least 60 progressives in the House say they will not vote for it until they get reconciliation. But Pelosi assures them that all is on the right track.
So remove all doubt in anyone's mind that we will not have a reconciliation. We will have a reconciliation bill. That is for sure. Today, the question is about, we are proceeding in a very positive way to bring up the bill of the BIF, to do so in a way that can win. And so far, so good for today.
And I spoke to one Republican congressman about that vote, which will be held today, according to him. And with that lack of support from Democrats, I said, when is that vote going to come from Speaker Pelosi? He says, who knows? Back to you.
All right, Logan, thank you. I think for a moment, maybe we should address so people aren't confused. Yeah. The Senate passed something just moments ago, a bill to allow funding the government until December 3rd. That goes to the House. That'll keep things going so you won't see shutdowns, barring the unforeseen. What the Democrats in the House passed is suspending the debt limit, which means spend whatever you want until December of next year.
2022.
Exactly. Yeah. And the Republicans are like, no, that's not going to pass the Senate.
Right.
We don't want to do that because we're giving you a blank check and you haven't even figured out what
how
you might
you're going to pay
pass.
for what you've already spent.
Or how you're going to, that too. So just wanted to make sure we're clear on what was out there.
Hey, I'm Rob Finnerty. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please join the conversation in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe, too. Hit the bell icon to be alerted to breaking news. And remember, there's a whole lot more on Newsmax TV, America's fastest growing cable news network. Newsmax TV, we're real news for real people.